Welcome back to another exciting episode of Two Barcade of your host, Jesse, and
James. What's going on, everybody?
What's going on indeed? So for today's episode, we have more layoffs to cover because, of course, the industry continues to burn. So we, of course, have more layoffs to cover. We also have the game director for Marathon, Joe Ziegler, leaving Bungie. We also have Sony going through the shit right now after they announced that they will be ceasing physical CDs or any physical media for that matter. And they will be going all digital, but they seem to have made the case for why we probably shouldn't go all digital with PSN going down. And of course, Xbox not being one to be one-upped in the fuck-up Olympics also went down as well and also made the case for why we should have an all digital future. We also have Nintendo also collecting L's in courts after the patent office in Japan tells them to get bent over their stupid ass patents. And we also have the God of War TV show being developed by Amazon. It's going through some recasts after Ryan Hurst, who was playing Kratos, unfortunately tore his bicep and will have to be replaced. And we also have EA finally collecting that Saudi Arabian oil money as they finally officially go private. And Andrew Wilson collects a big fat paycheck while people, of course, inevitably get laid off. But before we get into all that, how have you been?
Oh, my God.
It's been a hot minute since we recorded, so...
Well, I spent a week in Seattle, tearing my feet apart. I'm actually massaging my feet as we speak, because even though the blister healed, there's still some raw skin growing back. So it doesn't hurt, but like I feel it when I walk on it. But it was worth it. 10 out of 10 would fuck my feet up again. No, dude, Seattle's a really nice place. It's got lovely nature. Like I'm talking like lovely, like untouched nature. Like it's great. It makes me actually want to go to Alaska. All the more because, untouched wilderness that you can just go and observe is becoming rare. At least in our neck of the woods, the East Coast has been pretty developed. After all, it has kind of been like the central hub for this like whole continent for a long time. So it's nice. It's nice to get out there and just breathe I can't say fresh air because the wildfires were were smoking up the mountains like bad. Like I was like, oh my God, my Rainier looks so great, and our friends were like, oh, it would look even better if it wasn't for all this wildfire smoke. And I'm like,
yeah, damn Canada.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They're pesky wildfires.
Yeah,
smoke on our side.
Yeah, bro, they are smoking our side. Like, goddamn, it's funny because one of the places I'm applying for school is actually having their like worst wildfire in state history. So, in Spokane, Washington, I went to go check on my application for school, and there was an advisor who's like, "Oh yeah, like how like if you're affected by the wildfires, here's what to do." And I'm like, "Oh damn!" And then we looked at the reports on everything and. Dude, it's pretty bad. The wildfires are destroying a lot in Spokane, Washington. So I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't apply to school there. But in any case, it was such a nice place. I went to North Cascade. I went to Mount Rainier. The first hike was like a 10-mile hike. It lasted all day. I burned 2,000 calories, which is like the recommended daily intake.
Damn. Okay.
Did you
eat like a horse afterwards?
No, actually, I was so tired that I wasn't even hungry. I was just kind of like sitting in the car, like
fetal position.
I was literally catatonic, and I was like, like every time I took a breath, my diaphragm like spazzed out. Our mutual friend in Seattle says that it had to do with the elevation. I'm like, no, man, this is something else. Like, it was just bad. It was just all bad, but worth it. Like I said, 10 out of 10. And then Mount Rainier was a lot better. It was a shorter hike, so it wasn't that bad. I think it was only like 5 miles, so it was half. But it was so cool. We got to see deer. A bear actually walked right in front of us.
Brown or black?
Bear. I actually don't know. It was like a mix, and so it like his bottom half, like his belly half, was black, but then like his back, it was like blonde. I don't know. It looked like an emo bear.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, the kids that have like brown hair, but then they have like that one patch of their hair that's like blonde.
Yeah.
That's what that bear looked like.
I guess it's a black bear then.
Yeah, it was probably a black bear that was like maturing.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, it was fine. It didn't bother us none. It was just going to go chew on some flowers and left. I took a video. I'll send it to you in a
Oh, that'd be
bit.
cool. Yeah, I'd love to see that. Yeah, yeah. Most
Yeah,
players really don't care.
yeah. And also, I think it was because so Mount Rainier is actually a lot more packed with people than North Cascade. So I think just being that there were so many people around, I think that also dissuaded the bear from bothering us. So it was just like, I'm just gonna go do my thing. But it was great. Mount Rainier was awesome. Seattle was awesome. I got to see some music. I got to eat some food. It was just a nice spot, man. Like I would definitely go back because there's more nature to see. Actually, I have to go back because I never got to go to Olympic National Park.
Yeah. There's so many national parks, man. It's great. I mean, not just like in like in Washington, but like all over the country. Like it's so beautiful to be able to
Yes,
go to nice national parks. Like I went to um we went to I mean is Cascades is part of a national park, I think, right? Or it
it
is a
is.
national park.
Yeah. North Cascades is a national park. Actually,
Okay, so we did go, I did go.
our mutual friend said that he did take you and the
Yeah,
other
we
guys.
went, and that's why I
Yeah.
fucking destroyed my own feet because I was stupid and I went with 2-year-old shoes. So I
Oh,
destroyed the soles of my feet and gave myself plantar fasciitis in both
fuck me,
feet.
bro.
So
In both feet.
in both of them,
Um,
and I literally had to get special soles for myself and paid like $2,000, I think, for them, and I literally just paid them off this month.
oh my! I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know.
put them on
Wait,
credit.
you bought them while you were in Seattle, or
No,
you
no, no,
bought them
no.
when
I
you
bought them. I came back and I'm like, yo, it's been like
Oh,
2 weeks
okay.
and my feet are like still like super tender. So like, I need
Damn.
to clearly like there's some deep tissue damage going on here. So I need to do something about it.
Damn,
So I
bro.
got myself new shoes. I bought myself new soles, especially because like I knew that that next year I was gonna go to Italy with my mom, which Italy is
Mm.
absolutely gorgeous, right? Incredible,
Goddamn right.
like the most beautiful country I've ever been to ever. You talk about outdoors. It's like Italy like has outdoors, and we went to one of their
Oh yeah.
national parks because they do have one there. Because we went to the Greggio, which is where one of the places Saint Francis of Assisi stopped, and
Mm.
that was incredible. Um, but it was just great just to be in nature. It's just you really take for granted like how nice it is just walk amongst trees, like
No,
trees
walk amongst,
that aren't like
yeah.
flanked by like some you know single family home or whatever.
Yeah, man. No, the wild is an amazing place, especially like in Seattle. You have like the evergreens, which what we call Christmas trees, just growing wild, giant, massive, lining the roads, and it literally looks like a corridor of trees with the mountain right there in the center. Like it's picturesque. It's amazing, and um and I've actually for a while one of the main goals for me was to actually go to and visit like as many national parks as possible. But now that I'm actually actively going to these parks, bro, like it's gonna be my goal. I have a water bottle with all the national parks on it, and it came with stickers. And every time you go, you to a national park, you add the sticker to it. And now my goal is to fill up that water bottle. And dude, there's a lot. There's like
Mm.
63 national parks,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's
I mean, we're a big country, so
so. No, we don't. But not just parks. There's the Park Service also was in charge of things like national monuments, historic battlefields, historic sites, and if you count those, the Park Service is in charge of like 250 something places.
wow,
Which holy shit!
holy
Like for
shit.
example, so yeah, so and that includes things like the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument. Those are
Uh
considered
huh.
national monuments, and that falls under the Park Service, even though it's not a park per se. It's still under their jurisdiction. So
Mm.
yeah, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit to see, and I want to see it all. At least the national parks, you know. So I'm actually right now looking to see what's the next national park to visit. So
That'd be great. Well, next time I'll have to go with you so we can go to the
yes, yeah. Well,
Olympia
maybe we could
National
talk about
Park.
with our mutual friend because that guy likes to get on the plane every 2 weeks. So so but yeah, but that's how I've been, and then I came back and I went straight to work, and then back on Kingdom Come. Oh, and I mean,
You finally finished it. You finally finished the game.
No. Yeah, no. I've been playing. Yeah, I finished it already because I bought the second one on sale for $30. Well, everything was on sale. Everything, like $30 for literally the game and all the DLC plus future DLC because I bought the expansion pass. But I bought something else on sale for like $5, and I'm really sorry.
Oh, okay. What'd you get?
Destroy All Humans remake.
Oh, okay. Wait, is it that one or the second one that has the co-op?
I think the second one has the co-op, but I wanted to get the first one just to play that one first because I've actually never played the second one. I've never played the second one.
I never played the second one either, but I know one of them has co-op.
I want to say it's the second one, and that's it. And now I'm here. What have you been doing?
Destroy All Humans. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. We do have they do have Destroy All Humans too. The remake, the reprobe, yeah,
reprobe,
which is $10 now. Oh shit. Okay. Wait, why didn't you get the bundle? You get like 1 and 2. Yeah, Destroy All Humans franchise.
Oh right no!
Here. You get it for $18, bro. Yeah, you get Destroy All Humans skin pack. And then you have the Dress to Skill edition.
Well, you know what happened? So what happened was, no, I didn't know because I only had Destroy All Humans 1 on my wish list, so I didn't know about the second one.
But if you click on the page, it tells you.
Well, I wasn't looking. Also, I bought it when I was on my Steam Deck, so okay. Which it's kind of small, but it's okay. There, I just bought it.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, it's bought. I purchased.
That's the nice thing about Steam. You can just be like, "Oh, hey, you want to complete that bundle? Don't worry, we'll give you the discount, but we'll just mark the discount off of for the first game you bought." Cool beans, sweet. So yeah, I really played that game a lot when I was a kid. So I wanted like just another game to add to my Steam Deck collection, and actually, dude, it runs really well on the deck, surprisingly well.
Okay, that's great to hear.
Yes, but how about you? How have you been, sir?
Well, it's been a while. It's been like a whole month since our last episode came up. It's been over a month since we recorded. So it has been a while because like you've been really busy. I wanted to do this earlier, but like there wasn't really much going on in the news stuff. So I'm like, I could push it back like another week. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to Seattle. Like, oh fuck, I forgot you're going to Seattle. So yeah, dude, I have to wait another week.
No, because you're on my schedule. You saw like the circles like with the line through, and I'm like, wait, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, that's my vacation. I'm gonna be out of town, and you're like, oh fuck, that's right. My bad.
and we were playing Power World before that because Power World launched last month.
Oh yes.
So we played Power World. And Power World's all. I mean, I've been happy. We're still in the beginning of the game, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. Like,
yeah, dude, we're lost in the building our base and perfecting it phase. Like we're like advancing the story at a snail's pace.
Yeah, I think we've done like 2 story missions. I think we spent most of our time just fucking around the island, just catching random pals and just building our base up. And we just built the I think it's called like the PAL Expedition Center, something like that.
Oh, God,
and it's just like a big ass mine shaft. And we couldn't fit it because we didn't pick the best location for our first base. Like on a cliff, it's like on a cliffside, and the house is a little too big that we made. So I had to like put it like on the edge of the base, and it's like hanging off the ledge. It's like this giant mine shaft thing, just like hanging like at a 90-degree, almost like a 45-degree angle off the cliff.
It is a 45-degrry angle, bro. It looks like you no clipped it and you like turned off. You turned off like clipping or some shit. Just it's literally.
I wanted to straighten it out, but I just wouldn't straighten out. So I just went, all right, fuck it. I guess I'm going to put it like this. It'll let me do it. So why not?
Yeah. Oh, it's funny because I was even yelling. I was not yelling at you, but I was like, dude, just put it wherever it'll fit. Like, oh, I do. But
I was saying like, no, dude, this thing is massive. You don't understand. This thing is like, massive.
I was like, whatever, just do it. And then I turn around and I'm like, oh my God. This shit is so huge. I was like, I want to apologize. I wasn't familiar with your game.
It's massive. It was fucking huge. But yeah, a lot of fun with that game. Playing anything with your friends is great. But
yes, friend slop.
Yeah. But it is a game you can enjoy by yourself. I could definitely see, like, I mean, I probably want to play it by myself because I just have so many other games that I can play by myself in the meantime. But
Same.
it definitely is a game that you can definitely enjoy on your own. It's got pretty much everything you'd expect from a survival game, base building, crafting, all that shit. Except now you can catch like cute little not Pokemon, legally distinct Pokemon.
Legally distinct Pokemon, and give them guns.
And give them guns, which is awesome because I have one. I got a Lift Monk, and I got a shiny one. And apparently Lift Monks can carry like machine guns, so I made him a machine gun. And
Nice,
he
dude.
fucking melts. Like I just click it, goes, and like they're dead in like 3 hits. and it lasts a long time. It's like 30 seconds where you just go. So we were
That's
going through like
impressive.
some of the bandit bases in Vice Lead. I just went. Like it's like 5 or 6 guys were just dead immediately.
Almost immediately. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool. No, I remember too the I saw something else too that you can build for the Pingullet or Pengullet.
A
You can build
Pengullet,
a
yeah.
rocket-
You build a rocket launcher. You can pretty much like sacrifice your Pengullet. You shoot them out like a rocket. And then they die on the spot, but then they explode.
Yeah.
I haven't got technology points for that yet, so I'll have to see how that goes. But that'll
Yeah, I
be fun
think-
to use.
Yeah. You should, because I think I have access to it, and you're further down the tree than I am. So
yeah,
if
but I
had-
spent
if-
points on other things, so
Oh, okay then. Then never mind.
yeah, I got to advance it for us so I can build our shit.
Hell yeah.
And then we just started a new, well, we sort of started a new base. I built the computer, but then we got so distracted with other things that I just didn't build anything. So it's just a PAL computer in the middle of like this beautiful flower field.
It is a beautiful location, and I'm actually really happy that you chose it. Very serene, next to water, so we could fish. Oh, I unlocked fishing, by the way. So,
Yeah, we got rods.
Oh.
You unlocked that pretty early.
not me.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm behind in the tree because I'm usually at the base.
I'm
crafting and
like
shit.
24 or 25. I think I'm level 25. I
Yeah,
think.
dude, I'm only level like 18.
Okay, yeah, you're definitely behind then. Okay,
Yeah, a little bit. No, bro, I'm way behind.
so I'm just going around like fighting caves and stuff and catching a crap load of pals. But
Yeah,
you did catch a
that's
cool one. You catched that Zerovator thing.
Oh yeah, the Xenovator. So
Xenovator.
in the game, these meteorites crash onto the planet, and you go in to get these meteorite fragments because you need them to make. I think you could use them to craft palladium, but like a shitload amount of palladium. Like I think one meteorite fragment gives you like, I mean, this is too high of a number, but like 20 palladium fragment, which is what you need to make the PAL spheres. And when you start to make the more powerful PAL spheres, they actually take a lot. They take a lot of palladium. So they're actually pretty good. But they came with Xenovator, which I managed to catch. There was 2 of them. I caught one, killed the other one, unfortunately. But yeah, pretty cool guy. Pretty cool guy. Oh, and then I got an egg, because, of course, it's a legally distinct Pokemon with legally distinct Pokemon eggs that you can incubate and get more pals. And I got the Mammorest. Pretty good level, too. So,
Yeah, it's a cool one. I see him walking around, but they're like level like 30 or something like that. So like we can't.
yeah,
take them
level
on yet.
38. We're not ready.
We're not ready yet for that.
We're not ready yet.
All right, so then beyond that, I played 007 First Light.
Ooh, dude,
I
talk to me about it. No spoilers,
I played through the whole thing from beginning to end, and it's really good. It's really, really good. I would say like it's definitely like kind of what you and I expected. It's like a little bit of Hitman and like a little bit of like Uncharted. Like the general loop of the game is that like you start the level. There's like some setup for like you drive up or walk up to location or whatever, and then there's gonna be the Hitman sections, right? I'm gonna say Hitman sections in quotation marks, right? You got to complete like some objectives, and like how you complete the objective is like up to you. Like in like for example, there was the demo. You remember when we were talking about the showcases and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, like so, like in it that takes place in Slovakia, I think, something like that. It takes place during like a big fancy hotel where like a chess tournament is taking place, and you have to like find clues, about like this mysterious guy like who's like dressing as like a bellhop and stuff. And so like they'll be like, oh, like this guy's like in like, oh, where did he go? Oh, he went to like the laundry room. And it's like, okay, well, how do I get to the laundry room? It's being guarded by someone there. So you can like sneak around, like find an alternate route. or you can do what I did, which I stole the keys from somebody. And I just managed to like just waltz right in, and there's all sorts of things like that. And then eventually, after you do the objective in that area, then it goes to the Uncharted sections where it's like it's just set piece after set piece after set piece.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
And that's pretty much like what you do over and over and over again. So the thing is, the game is that it is a pretty long game because those Hitman sections are pretty long. So it's sometimes a little bit too long. The game's like, I want to say like 15 to maybe 20 hours. I beat it like I beat it around the 15-hour mark.
Oh, you beat it already? Okay.
Yeah, I beat it. I said beginning to end. Yeah, I beat it, played from beginning to end. Those sections probably could have been trimmed down a little bit because there's one part of the game where you're the level immediately afterwards, I think is what it is. After the chest level, this is still early in the game, so it's not really like big spoilers. It's you go to the desert, and that's like where Lenny Kravitz is and stuff. Who, by the way, is way out of place. He's supposed to be like some African warlord or something, and he dresses like Lenny Kravitz, and it's just Lenny Kravitz using his normal voice. So it was really weird and goofy. But in order to get to him, you have to get your way into an auction. And so you have to find a way to like scrounge up some money. You have to get like $100,000. And then he's like, all right, figure out how to do it. So like you can get into like a fight, join a fight club and like do some fighting there. Or you can, there's a quest where you can like steal this guy's crypto from him.
Oh my God. Okay.
There's mini games you can play, all sorts of stuff. But it takes a while. Like if you don't figure out how to do the fast stuff, it can definitely take a little while. Now, as for the story, the beginning of the game, it's like all tutorial stuff. So the first like hour and a half of the game is a lot of tutorials. It's a little bit too long. Again, that kind of contributes to like how long the game is. But once you get to like the actual first like Hitman section, which takes place at a nightclub, like this is like okay, now this is the actual game, and that's when the things actually like kick off for it. Okay. And then like at the end of the game is like the best stuff, like that does look through the best stuff of the game because like the best levels that you can do. Like it's a good story, although it does take a little while to start up is kind of what I'm getting at, but it does get really good in the end. Like the last like 3 missions I want to say are great. Great absolutely, yeah, it's really peak. This guy I think his name is Patrick Gibson. I really like him as James Bond. He's he's supposed to be playing like a very young James Bond because this is a prequel. It takes place before he even becomes. This is his origin story essentially. So like so like you're gonna go through all of that, and then of course it's gonna end with him, getting the numbers. But also, the kind of dark horse, no pun intended, but like the dark horse of the game is John Greenway, who is supposed to be James' like mentor, because like James joins the 00 program, and Greenway's like, nah, you ain't shit. I don't know what you're doing here. M shouldn't have got you here, or whatever. And he like just doubts you like the entire time. And then eventually, like, you know how it goes from there. But he's great. I really wish I could remember the guy's name. I think it's Letty Thomas. I want to say what it is, but he's great. He's great.
Is he someone we know?
He's a black British actor. I know that. If you see him, like I think he was in The Walking Dead and stuff. If you see him, you might recognize him. But I want to say like his name's like Letty Thomas, something like that. I wish I could remember. But he was great. Like his and how they wrote Greenway and how they wrote Bond and his relationship is great. Like it's really great. And yeah, I mean, outside of that, like, other thing, the combat also has like a nice scrappiness to it, which I really enjoy.
Okay. Because
like Bond doesn't have a gun most of the time. Like even when all you have is like your service pistol, and your pistol has like 10 shots. And the rest of the time you gotta like run around, pick up an enemy's gun, like use it. It's empty. Okay, throw it at some other dude, punch him in the face, use your gadgets, be like, oh, like there's a lamp above this guy. I'm gonna use my laser watch to like drop the lamp on top of him. Stuff like that. Like you gotta constantly be thinking on your feet, which I really enjoyed.
Good.
It's just like it's not a lot of it though. It's like the game's like 15 hours, and I want to say it's maybe like composes of like maybe like 3 or 4 hours of that.
Okay, because I know in the trailers they actually said that there are certain parts of, like, of the mission where you'll actually be, like, the trailer says license to kill. So that's the part of the game where you start going all out and becomes kind of like a firefight where you gotta, shoot weapons and kill enemies
Yeah.
instead of doing the sneaking around the hitman stuff.
I mean, you actually technically can't go license to kill at any time as long as an enemy brandishes their weapon. So as soon as someone brandishes their weapon, time's going to slow down. It'll be like, oh, license to kill. Like, you can kill this person.
Oh, okay, interesting, nice.
That can happen anytime, but shit has to really hit the fan for that to happen.
Okay, all right, of course. Now, wait, are you done talking about the game?
Yeah.
Okay, because I have a question. So, because we've played a lot of James Bond games. I know this is getting a little bit long-winded, but compared to the games that we've played, like 007, GoldenEye, Nightfire, have you played Agent Under Fire or no?
Yes, I have. I played Agent of Fire, GoldenEye, Everything or Nothing.
Perfect, excellent. So we're on the same page. I played all those games too. Compared to the 007 games we grew up with to this one, how would you compare the games? Good, bad, even? Obviously, they're better in some ways than others, but
I mean, it's so unique in comparison to the other James Bond games, because most James Bond games, like, they're just straight up shoot 'em ups. Like you're not really doing stealth. You're not doing like talking and stuff, and you're not doing like pickpocketing, and like there's no like open-ended level design except for like maybe GoldenEye, where like the levels, like you could complete the objectives in like certain orders if you want, sort of.
Yeah.
But like, and then the GoldenEye, most 90% of the time you're just shooting shit, right?
Yeah, of course.
I say like it's maybe the closest to Everything or Nothing, like a less action-packed version of like Everything or Nothing, because it has like you're going around like you're doing like your fisticuff stuff like you do in Everything or Nothing, but you're also like running around and shooting guys. So at least like in terms of combat, it is probably closest to Everything or Nothing. But like it really is, at least across all the James Bond games, it's really its own thing. Like if I were to, it's really hard to like rank it too, because like it's so different. Like because I can rank all the other James Bond games because they're so like similar to each other in like how they play. Or at least like they're more like video gamey, right? They don't have like sim sections like, Hitman shit.
Yeah, because this game was more like cinematic. Well, like you said, it's more like Uncharted in the sense like the cinematic set pieces and
but also Hitman. Like I think Hitman's really the differentiating factor to it.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's like, okay, I'm gonna plop you in this area, figure out what to do. That's it.
Yeah, this is your objective. Go and do it.
Yeah, however you want to do it, it's up to you.
Okay, cool, excellent.
And there's all sorts of like cool ways to do it. Like I was looking, there's also challenges too that you can do, so it adds a level of replay value. It just mostly unlocks like outfits and stuff that you could use in the other mode that I haven't really played. I think it's called Tax Sim. It's like a bunch of challenges you can do. Like think of like the Batman Arkham Asylum and stuff, like that challenge mode and stuff.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
I remember in the old Bond games they had those 007 medals for completing like Bond moments. They call them. Sorry. Were there any Bond moments in this game or no?
Yeah, there are challenges that are like that, but like the whole game is like Bond moments. That's a great thing about it. Like the whole game is like encourages you to keep doing Bond moments over and over again.
It's just
and they give you all sorts of opportunities to do it.
Cool, excellent. I like that because dude, Bond moments were cool because it made it was doing some really cool shit like jumping a car through a window or oh my god, detaching a chandelier to kill a bunch of enemies and that kind of thing. So that's cool. I like that. I'm excited. When it goes on sale, I will definitely be getting it. How did it run on your computer, by the way?
Great.
It did.
Great. It was flawless.
Oh, okay, because that was a
I remember we were watching it. That the frame rate was like, oh my god, oh no,
fucking. Like, which we were right to be concerned because this is like the gameplay reveal trailer where they show us the best version of their build, and it was stuttering like a motherfucker.
Yeah, like it was struggling to hit 25 frames.
Dude, my heart sank. Like at the airplane section, like I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Like, no, but it was perfect.
Good.
It was perfect. Okay, it didn't run without a hitch.
Then you know what? I will. I'll definitely keep this. Actually, I wonder if it's on my. I don't think it's on my wish list, but I will put it. Oh, it is on my wish list. Okay, perfect. So it's already there. Excellent. I'm looking forward to it. Yet another game to add to my collection. But yeah.
All right. So how about we get some news?
Yes, let's get into some news. Sorry about that, folks. It's nice to talk about games that we like It's nice
Yeah.
to put a smile, because we're gonna be talking about some stuff that will not put a smile on our face.
Yeah, no. They will most certainly not put a smile on our face.
These news will not spark joy.
They will not spark joy at all. So starting with the first order of layoffs, we have the Disco Elysium studio, Zaum, I think that's how you say it, has announced that they will be receiving a round of layoffs after their latest game, Zero Parades for Dead Spies, apparently failed to perform commercially. And as a result of this, 32 employees have been served redundancies and at-risk notice across all departments. And this has also come after there has been a consultation process with the studio's union, Zaum Workers Alliance. And in response to all this, Zaum Studios says that we will persist. They do plan on continuing making games, but this is very unfortunate, especially back in 2024 when they had to lay off another 24 workers. But we also have... Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah. I'm like,
Okay,
that took a little while to load up. I don't know what happened there. But we also have the developers for Crisol Theaters of Idols, which is a studio... damn it. I didn't see it here. Oh, Vermila. Sorry. Vermila, which is based in Madrid, is apparently shuttering its doors after they released just one game, which is Crisol Theater of Idols, which is a survival horror game where your blood, which is also your health, also doubles as your ammo, which is a very unique twist on things. Yeah, I put a demo on it. It was okay, to be honest. But it was a really cool idea. So game designer Raul Pernilla Alejandro confirmed this over on X, and he said that a few months ago, I shared a tremendous excitement in the announcement of Crisol Theater of Idols. Today, I want to provide a bit of context for everyone who followed the project and supported us from day one on Vermila. A few months after the launch, Vermila Studios initiated a redundancy procedure that has ultimately led to the studio's closure and departure of the entire team. It's very tough news for those of us who have dedicated so much effort and love to this project. Even so, I don't want this to be the memory that remains. Working at Crisol has been the first stage of my professional career, and experience of which I feel very, very proud. I've learned so much and have had the luck to share these 2 years with incredible people. I also want to thank all of you who played, shared the game, or simply support us during the development and launch. Seeing the affection with which the community received Crisol has one of the greatest rewards of the entire journey. The project has reached the players, but unfortunately, the studio has not been able to move forward, and I am sad about how the stage ends, but proud of what we all achieved together, both the team and all the players who created a beautiful community. Yeah. But we also have more layoffs with Halo Studios also getting layoffs just after they released Campaign Evolved. And, well, in the original story, it was reported that several employees over on LinkedIn were posting about how they were being laid off, one of whom was Dick Traitman, who is a producer at the studio. He said that after 6.5 years working on Halo and dodging just as many rounds of layoffs, it has finally caught up to me. I have nothing but love for Halo and the folks in the studio, and this is just a tough reality in the gaming industry right now. I'm open to new roles as a producer/project manager, working remotely on hybrid in the Seattle area. During my time, I've had the honor of supporting multiple amazing teams ranging from art, networking, localization, narrative, and being the product owner of Halo Infinite's social multiplayer pillar. We also have Paul Morris, who is listed as a Scrum Master, which I don't know what the hell that means.
I have no idea what that means.
I don't know what that means. But apparently he was a contractor, and today he said that today I learned my time at Halo Studios will be coming to an end following the successful launch of our latest Halo campaign Evolved. I know this is one of the most challenging job markets our industry has seen, and I know the road ahead won't be easy, but I'm not done, and my purpose has not changed. We also have Caleb Lawrence, a software engineer at the studio, who also listed himself as available to work as well. And in an update in this article by Insider Gaming, they did confirm that everyone who was let go was a contractor, and that either their contracts had lapsed or they were terminated, and that no full-time staff had been let go. But in any case, it still sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. Especially, since they just launched the campaign Evolved. Yeah, launch a game and then lay off your staff.
And yeah, you have Zaum also. Like they launched the game. Like their game came out in May, I think. So they had to do some layoffs. And then Vermila released Crisol of Idols, and that released like 2 months ago, I think. Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But it is very very sad, you know, and oh my god, we've had so many layoffs at this point, and it's only gonna keep going.
No, it's only going to keep going, dude. Yeah, I mean, either they're canceling you outright because they're trying to save money, or your game is too far along that they're just like, listen, just make your game, release it, and then we'll fire you afterwards. Or not, sorry, not fire. We'll lay you off afterwards. And yeah, it's kind of lame. It's kind of bleak, you know, because you're working on a game and you're like, wow, like as soon as I'm done, this is it. And I'm sure a lot of developers feel that right now. So sorry, I got bit by mosquitoes. Literally feel it on my ankles.
Oh yeah, me too. I went outside for just 5 seconds just to take out the trash, bro.
Dude, this was from earlier today. This was from yesterday. Excuse me, because I went outside. I took my dog outside, and she wanted to lay down in the grass, so I just chilled with her, and I started getting bit, and I wanted to come back inside. But anyway, I don't know the other two studios too well. I know obviously Halo Studios, or what used to be 343. But I will definitely think that it's going to be getting worse for all of them, especially Halo Studios. I think, because I was told that this wasn't that compelling of a game. Oh.
Yeah, this is Crisol Theater of Idols.
That is actually really cool. Like just the visuals.
Yeah, like it's got really good. It's got really cool art. But like I played the demo and I was like, this is okay. I wasn't really too fond of it. But I mean, I know a lot of people did like it. It's a shame that, you know, like they just seem to have, apparently they had closed even before like this game came out. So like it makes it seem, yeah, I mean that's what it seemed like he said from his statement here. Alejandro said, yeah, a few months after the launch. Okay. Yeah, so it was still after the launch. Okay. Had initiated.
I was going to say, like, how do you...
But still, like, that still sucks.
Yeah.
Because this is just our first game. Imagine releasing your first game. Like, all right, guys. We use our first game. What's next? We're broke. You're all fired. Get out of here. Get your shit and get out.
Get your shit and get out. Nothing. Go get out.
And there was actually Zhao. I mean, Zhao was still going to keep going, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's at least good. I did play a little bit of the demo for Zero Parade for Dead Spies, and I thought it was pretty good. It's very much Disco Elysium like, which is, you know, shocker. It's made by the former Disco Elysium devs.
I've never played
except now it's espionage themed. It's pretty much it's like an art. It's kind of like Baldur's Gate, except there's no combat. Like it's all like you walking around and talking to people and stuff, and like you do like skill checks and stuff. Like there's no like real like direct combat in this game.
Okay, so like Telltale.
No. It's like Baldur's Gate. It's very open ended. No, Telltale's like you do shit, and it's like everything's scripted. Like your choices don't fucking matter. Like you're just picking flavor text.
Okay.
Like, no, this game like shit matters.
Okay, all right.
And you do level up and stuff. It's just there's no combat.
So it's all done through dialogue.
Yeah. It's through mostly dialogue and exploration and stuff.
Okay, interesting. Damn, interesting. An RPG without combat.
Yeah, and like
weird.
An interesting thing also there's like a stress mechanic, and like if your stress gets too high, then you actually like lose a stat.
Ooh.
So like you can actually like lose stats.
Interesting. I gotta keep that in mind.
And then or
at least watch you play.
Yeah.
Or watch some gameplay.
Yeah, I'll pick it up one day probably. I don't know when. It was really cool. I did like it, and it was interesting because it was like, you know, espionage themed. And that drew my attention because I love espionage stuff. You know, shocker, I'm a James Bond fan. So
yeah.
Even though James Bond's more like, you know, boom bang, and this is more like bang, like quiet bang.
James Bond is like cool guy bang with espionage.
It's cool guy spy stuff. This is more like
It's cool
actual spy stuff, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
It's just low key cool.
Yeah.
You're not, bagging baddies and punching baddies in the face.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so how about we get into our next bit?
Yeah. Yes. Our next bit of news. This
Man,
one
what is
comes to
that?
you from what?
I said, what is that?
What? Oh, what is that? Oh, sorry. No, I thought you said what is that? Like you saw something. No. What is that? Well, a friend of the podcast, not necessarily Bungie. Well, yeah, it is Bungie, but Bungie's love child, Marathon, is losing its game director. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
This is awful. Oh, I mean, they're having such great success. Like, how could this have happened? But yes, so Joseph Ziegler, who joined Bungie as the game director for Marathon in December of 2022, is now leaving for what is, quote, a new opportunity. To quote him himself, he says, I'll be heading to something new somewhere else, and we'll update you on where and when soon. My, how vague. It's so fucking vague.
Some place where I'll actually be able to keep my job.
Yes, bro. I am going to do the thing at some point. You will know when at a later date. Good job, brother. Excellent work. He actually spent 12 years prior at Riot Games. I'm not sure exactly what he did at Riot Games, but
I know he worked on Valorant. I know he helped work on Valorant.
Which makes sense considering that, yeah, I guess the Marathon? No, never mind. It's an FPS, so it makes sense that he would work on Marathon. But he's been with Bungie since 2022, and taking over will be Delchaf the Third. And
what a name.
Yeah. So this person has been with Bungie actually for like the last 15 years and was assistant game director since April 2024. So it's actually pretty cool because he's actually, 15 years at Bungie. That's a big deal. I'm surprised they didn't put him, well, her. I don't know who this person is, but I'm surprised they did not put this person on earlier as game director, considering that he was like a long time Bungie employee. And then leading the Marathon into the future is creative director Julia Nardin. So both of them have been operating in a strong leadership capacity for the team and are ready to get Marathon into the next chapter with an even better and brighter future. I'm proud of them, and I'm excited to see them helm the future in this crazy little world that we've created together. Now, Ziegler also mentions that Marathon is in a good place, and there's plenty of updates coming to the game. Yeah, the mission will continue in new and surprising ways, so stay tuned for what the team has in store for you. It's been a pleasure seeing all the stories you've created and all the clever ways you found ways to murder robots and one another. Okay. So yeah, and this comes, of course, after Bungie laid off at least 300 of its employees, and also in the wake of Justin Truman leaving the company. Damn. So Bungie has lost another person.
Yeah, another leadership person.
Another leadership. In fact, the leadership, the leader of their so-called cash cow that's Marathon, is left because, well, reasons. So
that's always a good sign.
Yeah, it's always a great sign,
especially after you lay off half your studio and one of your founders leaves.
Yes, bro, dude. Your game is doing well. Oh, Marathon's in a good place right now. We're finding our groove, and there's so many room for updates. Like, it's going to be great. All right, why is your game director gone with the vaguest statement possible? It's like, I don't know.
I'm sorry, one of your studio heads. I mean, still pretty high up.
Yeah. One of your studio heads. Still, your leadership, the people that are in charge of overseeing the games that you want to get made. Because after all, with Sony betting big on Marathon, goddamn, I can't believe no one is sticking around for Marathon. Those poor bastards.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time.
No, it's only a matter of time. And honestly, I can't wait. Can't wait to see the train wreck come to a close. So what do Marathon's numbers look like?
It is currently sitting at 4,107 players.
I mean, that's not bad. At least it's in the quadruple digits.
Yeah, but is it good enough for Sony? Is the question.
Fuck no.
Yeah, right.
Nah.
For you and I, see, we're reasonable people, but Sony, we're reasonable people with reasonable expectations. Sony, on the other hand, is a different story.
No. We shut Destiny down for these subpar numbers. Actually, they're pretty consistent when you consider the averages for the genre as a whole. Shut the fuck up, Matt boy. I don't want to hear that shit. Yes, Sony's going through they're diving headfirst into their villain arc, so they're not going to be very happy with these numbers.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going full villain.
Isn't it funny? It's funny because Halo Studios and Halo are kind of having issues, and Bungie, the original creators of Halo, are also now having issues. I just think that's funny.
I mean, from what I've heard, actually, Bungie's always been kind of like a leadership mess.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they've always gotten by on like sheer talent, and just the fact that they got that they just made like Halo the generational success that it was, and like they just were able to just farm all that goodwill and money they made off it for so long. Like it was only a matter of time before like their luck just ran out.
Yep. Honestly, same thing with BioWare. They had some talented people working on those games that eventually they relied too much on that so-called BioWare magic.
Yep.
And then
EA is just also sucking the marrow dry. And don't worry, we're gonna get into EA.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of sucking to the marrow, we will be.
Yes. The marrow.
We will be getting to that very, very soon.
The fattening. But yeah, dude. So honestly, bro, it's kind of sad. Again, we both think that Marathon's gonna be not as bad as other live service games, but this ain't it, bro. Like this is gonna end up another failure. It's just prolonged. Like I think Sony is just pumping money into a game that will not live to see the light of day for long.
Yeah, I think it's only saving graces is that maybe Marathon is like relatively cheap to maintain, and also the other live service stuff has not been doing too well, so Sony might be thinking, well, it's better than nothing, and we're not spending too much on it.
I mean, yeah, but
we'll see.
But they've already spent on other live service that has completely failed. So,
and some that have not been doing too well. Like where is Fair Games? Where the fuck is the? And every time like we hear something about it, we hear about how that game is just in absolute development hell. Like the studio just has no clue how to make it fun enough for people to come back. And apparently, like playtests for have been really bad.
Yeah, dude. Like Concord really messed it up for them a lot, and any normal person would have taken a step back and been like, you know what, let's reassess, because Concord was such a failure that we may have gotten it wrong. But no, they just keep dumping money into this.
Just one more, bro. This is the one.
Just one.
Just one more, bro.
Just one more, bro. Please, just one more live service game, bro. It'll work this time, bro. Please.
It'll work this time. That's how I think. Because all it takes is just one. Just one to make like $1 billion, and then all that money you burned and all those people's jobs you destroyed was worth it.
So freaking lame, dude. But whatever. Well, as per usual, we'll keep monitoring the Marathon situation, and we'll get back to y'all when it dies. This game's not gonna last.
No, probably not. But staying on the Sony train,
indeed,
we have some more updates on Sony after they said that they were not going to make any physical discs anymore for any PlayStation anything ever.
Fuck you.
So apparently, we have like crap load of articles here because it's been quite a while since we last talked about this.
Yeah.
But this first one comes from Insider Gaming, and it talks about Alana Pierce, who was a former Santa Monica studio employee and who was a writer for the about to release God of War Lao Fei game, which actually coming out in February. It's funny, they just announced it like zero fanfare, like there's no trailer. It's like announcing. They're just like, oh yeah, it's coming out in February, guys.
Oh,
pretty much.
Damn.
Yeah, the first clue was that like, oh, it will be with a CD. Like that was the first clue that was going to come out sometime next year. This is way sooner than I thought. I thought it'd be like late next year, but I digress. So in one of Alana's videos, she talks about how Sony probably isn't really going to change their mind about this whole no disc thing, but she also talked about how Sony was putting forth very, very, very strict social media guidelines on what employees can and cannot post, which is why Sony for a very long time would not address the discless elephant in the room. And she had this to say, this particularly interesting quote. She said, people working at PlayStation first-party studios told me that Sony had the strictest social media guidelines for this particular thing that they've ever seen issued. Sony does somewhat regularly tell employees what they can or can't say about certain things. I was under a lot of guidelines when I was working on God of War Lao Fei. I still am, and they did send me guidelines regarding what I could say on the day that the game was announced. In this instance, is apparently the strictest the employees I spoke to have ever seen regarding public communications. They would only have done this if they knew it was going to be an enormous PR issue. This is no surprise to them. So it seems like Sony anticipated that everyone's going to be rightfully pissed off.
Anticipated. They knew damn well what was gonna happen. They fucking knew. They knew it. Also, the CEO of Sony, I think we covered it last episode. He sold a bunch of Sony stock the literal day before the announcement was made.
Yeah, one of them did.
Yeah,
I don't remember the CEOs particularly, but I know it was someone.
It was a Sony higher up. So don't give me that. Anticipated. They knew exactly what they were getting into. Nah.
So,
miss me with that.
Funny enough, what happened afterwards is Sony kind of made a pretty strong case for why we shouldn't have an all-digital future, as they suffered an outage on July 24th. And this, of course, caused some games that required logins to be unplayable. So, games that you paid for on your digital platform were rendered unplayable because of, I don't know, something happened. Some zeros became ones and some ones became zeros. And of course, this came just a few weeks after they had announced that they were going to kill discs, and so everyone was, of course, rightly pissed and was like, "Well, great! So now I can't play my games physically, and now online, if your internet or your network
service
just shits itself for whatever reason, now I can't play it either." And so after this, and of course after weeks and weeks of people berating Sony online, asking them to please address the issue with Sony not producing CDs, they went, yeah, sure, we'll address it to our shareholders. So in their latest earning calls on July 31st, the CFO, Lin Tao, had some things to say in their earnings call where she finally acknowledged the decision to end physical media for PlayStation. She said, there are very reasons we made the decision. The biggest being the digitization of content overall has been progressing. That's the big factor. It's not just for PlayStation, but for all kinds of content. Digitalization is progressing. And so when we think about the future, we put in a lot of thought and time, but we cautiously considered this and we came to this conclusion, and we're going to cautiously move this forward. And to this decision, we have received various opinions, and people have very strong opinions, which the community has put forth those views to us. GameSeer, what the heck? Okay, GameSeer loved by, I guess that might be a typo or something. Games are, Jesus Christ, this person, once again, what the fuck is that? Games are loved by many people. It's a form of entertainment that's loved by people.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, Kotaku, did you not Fucking Kotaku, I swear to God. Okay, and
It's
it's connected to
Kotaku, bro.
and
It's
it's connected
Kotaku.
to people's fond memories of many cases. And so we underestimated those, again, spacebar emotions. We want to consider that. And in the future digital ecosystem, how do we engage the gamers is something that we would like to continue to explore. And so when it came to retailers, she said that about the retailers, there are regional characteristics, and for each regional partner, we tried to have a thorough dialogue so that we can end in a win-win situation. We don't feel that this is a factor to differentiate PlayStation from the PC. There's a certain way to play with the PC as a user. It's a long tail. The curated content is one of our strengths, and the game environment being stable is another strength. And compared to the high-end gaming PC, our product is more affordable. So we don't feel that the disc itself is a strong factor for differentiation. Going forward, we can coexist peacefully with PC games. What?
No, you can't. No, you can't. No.
What the fuck are you talking about? The whole selling point of consoles was that you could just plug in the fucking CD and it just plays. You don't have to you don't have to fuck with config files. You don't have to see if you're compatible with your OS. And none of that shit.
Fuck around. You don't have to fuck around with educational software. None of that shit. You just plug and play. And now you don't have that.
Curated. What do you mean by curated content? What does that mean?
that I don't even. I guess you're referring to their PlayStation library, like the PlayStation Store library. Like, oh, look at all these great games that we've curated. Kind of like the same way Xbox curates all their games with the Game Pass. Well, no. There's nothing. Now there's nothing convenient about it. In fact, not only is it not convenient, it's predatory. Because
it's convenient, it's predatory, and it's expensive, and it's gonna be even more expensive because
it is.
We're looking at an all digital future with a console. It's probably gonna be like $1,000 at the way things are going.
Yes.
So you got to pay $1,000 fucking dollars for something that doesn't play discs.
Can crash on a whim.
Can crash on a whim because if their network just shits itself, it just shits itself, right? So you just can't play games, right?
Also, let's not forget, PlayStation Network isn't even available everywhere in the world. There's some countries that you can't get PlayStation Network. Remember the Helldivers fiasco?
Yeah, and with Marvel Tocon, they blocked like 100 countries and regions from it.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Helldivers 2.0, but with Marvel Tocon. I didn't even know about that.
That's very recent.
Yeah. So yeah, no, fuck you. Screw you.
Oh, but Xbox come in and be like, yo, Sony, tag me, bro. I'll fuck this shit up. They too also had an outage as well. And according to the CTO, as soon as my highlights load in, CTO Scott Van Ville, I guess how you say it, Scott Van Ville, very fancy name. He said that, this was the result of this was because of a licensing service issue.
Oh my god.
A licensing service that sits outside of Xbox, but which Xbox depends on, he said, to be quoted over on Twitter. No, we will not call it X. And it was apparently an internal service at Microsoft that is shared across multiple products, not some random system. This has caused some sign-in scenarios to fail, and it caused many scenarios that require an entitlement check to also fail, such as listing out your full library and launching games that you own. It has also affected several of our publishing and store partners who depend on those save systems, which is why some of you saw issues in your specific games and not others. He called the situation an unacceptable one, of course. And he also further addressed this by saying that our on-call teams caught the first signals overnight through automated monitoring and declared a major incident. Once we isolated the failing infrastructure, we sifted traffic onto the healthy parts of the system, while the team continued to work towards a root cause. Service came back unevenly across regions, which is why some of you recovered before others. We're running a full post-incident review. I care less about the one-line root cause and more about the real questions. Why a failure in one service was able to take down this much, why recovery took so long as it did, and what we changed so a single point of failure can't ruin your night again. This means hardening the dependencies underneath sign-in and game launch, improving how we detect and contain this class of failure, and being faster and clearer with when something breaks. So because of some licensing issue, right? Because
No. I love how it says licensing issue that is not a part of Xbox, but that Xbox depends on. Cool. So you licensed out a critical part of your infrastructure instead of keeping it in house. But then again, to be fair, Xbox probably would have broke it anyway because they're incompetent bastards.
So again, because of some technical issue, right? You just can't go online and use, stuff. Like you can't go to the store. If a game requires a sign-in, you can't do it. You can't play the game if it has online connection for whatever fucking reason. I mean, I'm thinking more like those like single player games that like require like a sign in for whatever fucking reason. Like obviously if the online is down, fine, whatever, right? I get that. But like if it's something like, some stupid ass game doesn't need a sign in at all, because that there's plenty of those and there will continue to be plenty of those. All of a sudden you just can't play it.
So stupid, dude. It fucked up so bad.
And so hopping back over to Sony, this is actually a very recent development. Stop Killing Games has apparently joined a Dutch consumer group in their $457 million lawsuit against Sony over their digital store monopoly. And this is in reaction to them announcing that they will be ending physical media for PlayStation, which of course would make them a de facto monopoly for their digital store, because literally the only place you'd be able to buy Sony digital games is from Sony themselves.
Yes, this is true.
And of course, there are another handful of lawsuits going around, but this one in particular is being done by the Dutch consumer organization called Stichting Maatschap en Consument, and Stop Killing Games is apparently going to be joining alongside them in the lawsuits, which they announced in a video here, which I did see this morning, but apparently it was posted yesterday. And in this video, they described that the increased cost of these digital titles is what they call an unlawful Sony tax, and that they are fighting to achieve fair game prices and some real alternatives to the online PlayStation Store, because once everything goes digital, you will not have another option.
Yes.
And they specifically mentioned Sony's planned shift to fully online shopping. They are also demanding that Sony repay the money they allegedly made from Dutch players who bought games on the digital platform, which, according to Stitching Massage and Consument, adds up to hundreds of millions of euros. At least 457 if the lawsuit is anything to go by. And then, of course, we have the Mexican lawmakers, which we covered last episode, filing a complaint to what's called the Mexico's National Antitrust Commission. They're requesting an investigation into what they call anti-competitive practices. And we also have the class action lawsuit filed against Sony in the UK, which was done way back in March 2026. And that one also alleges that many UK users are being subject to excessive and unfair charges. And this was done back in May. There's another one. There's another one that was filed in May by PlayStation console owners that were trying to reclaim some refunds after the tariffs in 2025.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, Sony is kind of in the shit now.
Yep, kind of in the shit, and rightfully so. They deserve everything that's coming their way. Because it is a monopoly. The only way to buy games on your PlayStation is through the PlayStation Store. Xbox, you can buy online or physical. Nintendo, buy online and physical, even though there's really not much of a price difference. PC games, you've got your storefronts. So yeah, Sony really is the only one that's
although let's be real, Xbox is probably licking their chops over an all digital platform either.
They tried it once and they got memed on. Now Sony's doing it and they're getting roasted. Like, people are upset. When Xbox tried to do it, everyone literally laughed in their face, Sony included, ironically enough. Because
that was because like at the time it wasn't the norm. Like, people were still making that transition. Now, like, people have gotten like a lot more comfortable with digital. Of course, removing the option is what's really got people riled up, which is what they tried to do back then. But like I said last episode, Xbox's crime was that they pulled the trigger too soon.
Yes.
They were pulling it like in an age where like it just wasn't as, accepted. So now like Sony feels like, okay, now's the time where we can get away with this. Like, they seem to think like, oh, this will blow over And like, I mean, ultimately we'll have to see like in the future how this will pan out. It probably won't pan out well. I don't think it will.
No, I don't think so either.
But honestly, if Xbox had a brain between their ears, which doesn't really feel like it most of the time,
no.
They will probably pivot and be like, maybe we should do this physical thing. just keep it physical. Because I know Nintendo is probably gonna keep it physical because they I saw a few days ago that they reported that like 30% of their sales are physical still. So like that's a massive amount. 30%, like nearly a third of your customer base is still buying physically.
Yes, which is something to consider for real. But in Xbox case, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we did say that. Remember that we've covered them for a long time. That Xbox is trying to get into cloud computing and using cloud servers to essentially play games.
Yeah, that's been their That's been their hard on.
That's been one of many because they've had many goals and aspirations, and none of which have panned out. But I know that that's really in the space that where they're at. So, I mean, if that is their plan, I think they just have a lot of problems right now.
I mean, that sounds pretty digital to me, though. And that sounds like, you want to play this game online, you got to pay us, a certain amount of money per month.
So I think Xbox is trying to do that, but I think they need to get an Xbox out the door first, though. They need to present like a product that they could sell, because again, if their games are everywhere, if I can buy an Xbox game on Steam with my PC, then what's the fucking point? Like, what they want to do is sell me an Xbox and then have me game on an Xbox, but that's just not going to happen. At least with Sony, the PlayStation ecosystem is kept pretty tight, which is ironically what landed them this monopoly lawsuit in the first place. But Xbox right now is just a hot mess. They're in no position to make a claim like, oh yeah, we're going to switch to the digital future right now. Like, no,
especially they've been bleeding, and even back in the Xbox One era, they still weren't really like the top dog in the.
No, they were not.
They were still like, even though as successful as the 360 was, a lot of what the 360 success had to do with the PS3 fucking up super hard in the first half of the generation, trying to charge people $600 USD in 2006 money.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy. That's insanity.
And then, of course, on top of that, you had the PS3 had like weird ass alien technology. Like, none of the developers knew how to work with it. So like every game that came out, the PS3 version was always borked, and the better version was the 360 one.
Yes.
And then eventually the PS3 caught up to the 360, and I think like eventually like the PS3 I think slightly edged out the 360, just barely.
Yeah, but by then,
But even then, like Sony was like scared. They were like, okay, we cannot fuck up this hard again, because the next time this happens, it might be our last.
Yep.
Which is why they came back with the PS4 the way it was, which is why the PS4 was such a massive success. And then, of course, Xbox, their ego filled their heads and they shot the bed super hard, and that just made the PS4 even more enticing.
Yep.
Because they want to do that always online shit, and the Kinect especially.
Oh, God, bro. The Kinect and motion detection and made no fucking sense, bro.
And it's totally not spyware, guys. It's not spying on you all the time, surely.
Surely. Oh boy. Well, here's hoping to a good future on PC.
Yes, on PC. We will be where we have Lord Gabbin and many other things that we can enjoy, like GOG and itch.io, right?
Yep. Right.
Because at least we have options on PC, right? It's all digital. And at least in Steam's case, like, we don't really own it technically, which still kind of sucks. But at least like if you buy like on GOG, like if you want to own it, you go on GOG and you own it. They give you the executable file. They don't give you like some like license shit where you just like boot it up from there. No, they give you the actual executable file, and you can burn it onto a CD if you want. So we have those
for sure. Yeah, we do.
All right.
Which so always good.
We dunked on PlayStation. We dunked on Xbox a little bit too by proxy. How about we dunk on some Nintendo?
Absolutely. because Nintendo is finally getting some well-deserved no in their breakfast today. So great news, because a patent office finally told Nintendo shut the fuck up, which is very exciting. So earlier this month, Japanese patent examiners issued a rebuke to Nintendo's objections to a patent office's prior rejections of one of the publisher's Pokemon patent applications. So, um, the refusal of the publisher's arguments, the JPO's examiner was so atypically blunt, which, considering that it was Japanese,
Yeah.
for them to be blunt and rude, yeah, you fucked up. Like, you really pushed them to the brink. Yeah. Japanese patent attorney Kiyoshi Kurihara described the exchange as containing things rarely seen in standard patent practice. So, but a little bit of recap. At the heart of this issue is patent application 2026-019762, which is one of a number of patent applications that the company has submitted in an attempt to secure ownership over systems related to Pokemon catching, battling, and writing. Specifically, the oh my god, I lost my train of thought there. So specifically, this is in response to Pal World, because of course they developed legally distinct Pokemon with legally distinct Pokemon catching, legally distinct Pokemon fighting, and of course legally distinct Pokemon writing. Now, some of the patent applications were successfully granted by the patent office. However, the JPO did send a notice of refusal for this specific patent in April of 2026. Something cannot be patented if it does not demonstrate a quote an inventive step indicating that it wouldn't be obvious for other practitioners in the relevant field. And the JPO examiner found that the Pokemon mechanics that were in the aforementioned application were too similar to prior art or pre-existing works. In particular, they sorry, look, I got an ad on my thing. So in particular, the rejection referenced a 13-year-old gameplay video of an unofficial fan-made Pokemon game, which resembled many of the systems Nintendo claimed in its application over a decade later. And of course, as you might expect, Nintendo was not a fan. So in June, as patent procedure follows, they submitted a written opinion contesting the application's refusal. And Nintendo wrote that the examiner didn't reference a fan game, but merely a video of a fan game. Oh my god!
Wow.
Videos
okay,
can't
bro.
be considered. So video games apparently can't be considered disqualifying prior art.
No,
for a video
videos.
game patent.
Videos. He said videos. This is not
Sorry,
video
videos. Sorry, videos can't. Excuse me, I read that wrong. Videos can't be considered disqualifying prior art for a video game patent. It says because videos aren't video games.
Oh my god.
Worse.
Actually, that's the most actually argument I've ever seen in my life.
You showed a video, not a video game. Oh, if you had an IQ of above room temperature, you understand the difference. Like, dude, literally going full blown Redditor, and
there is splitting hairs, and then there's this.
They're not splitting hairs. They're purposely misunderstanding the argument because fuck you. That's why they're literally going full blown Redditor, and honestly, bro, fucking frustrating. Like, oh my god. So worse, as an unlicensed, and it goes on, as an unlicensed work using Pokemon designs and characters, it's video. The video is copyright infringement, so it can't be considered obvious for practitioners in the field if it's illegal. So
you're saying first it doesn't count because it's a video, and even if it did count, it's illegal. That's pretty much what they're saying.
Yeah, it's illegal. We've already sent notice to that guy's house, and
we already sent the assassins. We already sent the ninjas to kill him and his entire family.
Yes. So yeah,
Nintendo ninjas.
Show. So Nintendo's. Oh my god. So not only that, Nintendo said but the examiner, despite the alleged copyright infringement on display, called the Pokemon shown in the video by their official God-given Christian names like Bulbasaur and Pikachu. It would have been more fitting, it said, to use language like a character that infringes on Pikachu or a character that infringes on Bulbasaur. Wow, bro. they're trying to defend their patent argument, and they're like building a case for copyright infringement for like a future case against the owner of this video. It is extremely inappropriate for the examiner to deliberately misidentify the infringing product as if it were a genuine product. Wow. Damn, bro. Yeah, unfortunately for Nintendo, that's not how anything works, and the JPO said as much in its decision of refusal sent earlier this month. So, Nintendo's assertion of copyright infringement, the examiner wrote, has no bearing on the considerations of patentability because Japanese patent law contains no provision excluding inventions that infringe upon the copyright of others. Whether or not a cited work infringes on copyright is irrelevant to the inventive step judgment, and this view is considered standard among practice practitioners. In other words,
I don't fucking care. I don't care where it counts.
That has nothing to do with the core of patent law, which is inventive step. Further, the JPO wrote that it would be an quote, absurd misunderstanding to think that its examiners misidentified the fan game as an authentic Pokemon product. And even if there were the possibility that the reasons for the refusal could be subject to such an absurd misunderstanding, it again would still have no bearing on the inventive step judgment. So it said, listen, bro, this has nothing to do with anything that you're talking about. A fan video still proves that it was, it's the inventive step clause or the precedent. Okay? It doesn't matter if it infringes on copyright. And even if it did infringe on copyright, once again, it doesn't fucking matter. Because it has no bearing on inventive step judgment. So, yeah. Which is pretty damn. That honestly, yeah, get fucked, Nintendo. But even the examiner seemed baffled by why Nintendo objected to using a gameplay video as evidence, writing that they are unclear whether Nintendo thinks a video gameplay can't sufficiently demonstrate the relevant software concepts, or that Nintendo thinks it could be a video animation meant to look like a video game and narrated as such by the uploader. The former, the examiner says, is more than sufficient evidence for refusal, while the latter is too ridiculous to consider. So essentially, Nintendo was saying that's not even a video game. It's a fan-made animation. It's still illegal though because it violates copyright infringement of our trademark. It's like, bro, are you seriously suggesting that a fan-made video of a video game that they made is fake, and that's your reasoning for arguing against our fucking judgment? Now, the best bit, however, is where the examiner addresses Nintendo's complaints about misusing official Pokemon terminology by deploying advanced pedantry. That's actually funny.
That's a fancy way of saying petty.
Exactly. If it is impermissible to refer to the character name in the reasons for refusal, then accepting some redundancy in favor of precision, the elements should have been identified as follows: an object in the form of a small animal instead of Pokemon, an object in the form of a boy wearing a red hat instead of Ash, an object in the form of a small yellow animal instead of Pikachu, and an object in the form of a small green animal instead of Bulbasaur, and a spherical red object with a red upper half and a white lower half instead of Pokeball. Holy shit.
This guy's had enough. He's like,
dude, he's saying
this guy's had enough. He's pretty much like, okay, I'm gonna use your stupid ass logic.
I'm literally going to beat you over the head with your own game. But the examiner says even if those terms were used, it once again would not have made any fucking difference.
Again, it makes no difference in the judgment.
In the final judgment that they've made. So, GameStory noted that Nintendo does have 3 months to petition for an appeal trial before JPO judges, and could still file further divisional patent applications with more carefully crafted claims. And since this claim is unrelated to the Palworld dispute, it won't have any bearing there either way. Oh, my lord.
That was a good read.
Honestly, that gave me a good chuckle. I was very happy to have read that.
That patent officer had enough.
Dude, I think that patent officer has had to deal with so many Nintendo patents and so many Nintendo patent infringements and claims that he's just like, bro, enough. Stop. Go get some help. Please. And of course Nintendo, you referenced a video and not a video game. It's like, oh my god.
And then you said Bulbasaur and Pikachu, but this is infringement. Therefore, you should say, there's a like, okay. You should say,
fine then. So
a character that infringes upon Pikachu, and a character that infringes upon Bulbasaur. Okay.
It infringes upon itself. It infringes upon itself. Fucking Nintendo lawyers really are like scum of the earth. Like, goddamn,
they're really scraping the bottom of the barrel for something.
No, bro, they really are like low lives for that, because like a fucking fan game, and in the middle of arguing about their patent, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, that's illegal. We're gonna file a separate claim. You shouldn't use that as evidence because it's illegal. Send the ninjas.
Send the ninjas.
Send the
ninjas. Bring me their heads.
Bring me their heads. Increíble, bro. Increíble. So of course, naturally, Nintendo has 3 months to file an appeal. Of course, they're going to file the appeal because that's literally what they're paid to do. And to their credit, and to our detriment, they're the best in the field at this sort of thing. So yeah, they're gonna try again and hopefully get another patent examiner. But hopefully for us, that patent examiner will be this dude's brother and be like, "Oh, dude, nah, fuck this. I'm not dealing with this."
Oh man. I'm just reading it again. It's so great.
Yeah, man.
If it is impermissible to refer to the character's name and the reason for refusal, except for redundancy for permission, the element should have been identified as followed. It's really saying, according to your dumbass logic, this should be this.
Advanced pedantry. I love it.
Well, you know what we don't love, or at least what a certain actor out there doesn't love, is recasts.
Yeah, dude. Recasts suck.
A very unfortunate one. And because this has been in development for quite some time now. Actually, a few episodes have already been filmed, but the God of War series being developed by Amazon is going to have to recast after Ryan Hurst, the actor playing Kratos, seriously injured himself on the set back in late June.
Mm-hmm.
So it was reported that Hurst tore a bicep doing a stunt for the show, as reported by TMZ, so you know that shit's accurate, and has since undergone surgery and is now recovering. Now, the projected recovery time for him in particular is unclear, although if you tear a bicep, and James can attest to this, it is very serious recovery that you are looking at. It is typically 4 to 6 months, with the return to full strength apparently taking up to a year, which, does that sound accurate to you?
That sounds accurate. Not because I've torn my bicep, but because I am a nurse. And also, my first job was in physical therapy. So we've taken, dude, bicep tears they're not fun. They're not fun at all. And especially like depending on where the tear is, because sometimes it tears the muscle itself. Sometimes the muscle itself is intact, but it tears like off of the actual bone. And sometimes you take a piece of bone with you, and that's pretty dangerous. Yeah. A lot can go wrong. Ooh. So yeah.
And how does that happen? Very quickly.
Just too much stress at the wrong angle, and boom. It's kind of like me with my ACL. It took me about 6 months, and then I worked out in the gym and got my strength back. But the ACL, like, your muscles are still intact, so it's easier recovery. But yeah, this is gonna take a long time for him. So unless they're willing to delay this by about a year, which they're not going to.
Yeah, they are very much not going to. They do not have the time to accommodate for it, so they will be looking for a new actor. One of those actors reportedly being Dave Bautista, which it's a pretty good pick. I'm surprised Like when we think of like, a lot of times like we think of like fan casting and stuff. Like I can't believe I never thought, oh, Dave Bautista should play Kratos. Because I know like when sorry to interrupt, but I know like when Brett Ratner was attached to do God of War movie way back when, he was thinking of casting Jimon Hansu. I'm like, what the fuck, Jimon Hansu? Okay.
Who's that?
Jimon Hansu? You know, okay, you have to look him up later. He's a really good actor. It's just I wouldn't imagine him playing Kratos. But like nowadays, it's like, oh damn, like Dave Bautista, that's a slam dunk, dude. The guy's a great actor. He's a former wrestler and bodybuilder, so he's still in great shape. So like he's got that muscular physique. He played Drax, a very muscular character.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
So sure. Yeah, he's definitely like a shoe in to play Kratos. So this was reported by Variety, and reportedly Bautista is been in talks with Amazon. Nothing has been confirmed yet, so he may or may not be the next Kratos. But in season 2, there will be even more recasts. With the actor for Atreus, Caleb Vincent, this little kid right here, reportedly being recasted for season 2, as well as Island Austin, who is the actress for Thrud, also being recasted for season 2. And this is because it is supposedly season 2 is going to be taking place during the God of War Ragnarok games, which of course takes place a few years afterwards.
Yes.
And this came as casting calls were spotted for the show's second season, which called for actors to play the roles of Joshua and Ruth, which are apparently the code names for Atreus and Thrud, respectively.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, to cover the time jump.
Yeah, because it takes place like 2 years, I think, later. It's like 2 or 3 years later.
So. I still haven't played Ragnarok.
Yeah, I haven't played Ragnarok either, so I just know it takes place like 2 or 3 years later.
Cool. Yeah. Actually, I had a comment about the Dave Bautista casting, which, by the way, I'm totally on board with. Just a slight wrinkle. So he started to lose a lot of weight, a lot of his muscle mass. So he's actually really thin now. Like he's not like the jack dude that we knew from Drax and other movies. Like he's actually a very thin man now. I think he's I don't know if he's gone vegan, but he's definitely like. He's not working out as much, I guess, because being big like that, it takes its toll on your heart. So
yeah,
no, you can't see it. Yeah, so he actually lost weight. Actually, I think that's no. Yeah, see, 240. So he's actually dropped.
I mean, how recently was this though?
No, it's been like that.
I mean, he's still pretty built, dude.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's not. He's not a fucking Jax, but he's still pretty built. I mean, and he can always gain a little bit of weight back. He probably has like some time to gain weight.
I guess so. But the thing is, like he dropped that weight for health reasons, and good for him. Honestly, good for him. Like people that are that big, like they're just, especially if they're like on enhancements and shit like that,
which they probably are.
Yeah, which they probably are. Like it's too big for the heart to sustain. So like that's why we always stress for you guys to exercise and grow like just protein and food and not enhancements, because you grow so much muscle and then you end up growing your heart, and enlarged heart muscle is not a good thing. Let me just say right now, that's not a good thing. So for him, he lost the weight for health reasons. Great. He's gonna be cast as Kratos. Kratos is jacked. Sorry. He's a Greek god. One of the strongest beings. And even in his old age, in like the Nordic arc, the Nordic phase, he's still a jacked dude. So they need to take that into consideration. He can gain some of the weight back. I'm not saying he needs to go back to his Drax days, obviously, but he does need to put on some pounds, like muscle mass wise, to at least look the part. Because I mean, look at Ryan Hurst, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, Ryan Hurst was huge.
And also tall, because Kratos is a tall bitch. Like, Kratos is a tall son bitch.
I mean, but Dave Bautista, I think, is pretty tall, too. Yeah, he's over 6 feet tall. I know for sure.
For sure. Well, yeah, because I think he was almost like the same height as like Chris Pratt, and Chris Pratt's also a tall son of a bitch, 6 foot something. Damn, bro.
Yeah, like he looked ready for that. And it's kind of funny because this does way more service towards Kratos and like the series than this like pre-release photo they did. That's like, it was so bad.
Yeah, dude.
It made it look.
Look at them. Look at his belly. It's like look at that shit.
Oh, I mean, I don't mean that. I mean like the pose and everything, the lighting and stuff. Like, it just doesn't look
No,
right.
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, yeah. But Kratos has a 6-pack at all times. Yeah, dude. But honestly, like it sucks because Ryan Hurst, he was a good pick, like especially that picture.
Yeah, and you know he worked like really hard to, get the physique
he
for
did.
it. And I mean, I only saw him in the Odyssey, which I didn't talk about it because like our intro was going for so fucking long. I couldn't talk about the movies I saw.
It's okay. I'm actually seeing Spider-Man tomorrow, and I'm gonna see Odyssey at some point whenever the IMAX opens up.
Okay, so we can talk about it then. Oh yeah, good luck with the Odyssey for IMAX in the plan where it's at. Good luck with that.
I'm waiting.
Because that shit's backed up to like September.
So bad.
But yeah, like he worked really hard on it. I'm sure he was like really looking forward to doing it. So it always sucks to lose out on work because of some freak accident.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, Dave Bautista, he needs to put on a little bit of his weight back, but I agree, it's good casting because Dave Bautista, I mean, you mentioned it. He's one of the few wrestlers that actually made the successful transition to acting, and I think actually he's like been the most successful. Like he's done some.
And he's a really good actor.
Yeah, he's
a very good actor.
Yes, he is 100%. So I'm a fan. But he needs to put on weight, muscle weight. He's Kratos, right, for God's sake.
So, how about our last bit of news?
Yes, our last bit of news, which honestly, I kind of don't know if this is good or bad news. Honestly, no, this is bad news. We could start with the the Saudi one. So, EAFC, a maker Electronic Arts, has successfully been sold to the Saudis for $55 billion. Not the most paid for a game company. That's still a record by Microsoft. Yeah, it's still a lot of fucking money. Yes. So, EA has been sold to Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund (PIF) for $55 billion. This has been in the process for a little bit, but it is now a done deal. It has been finalized and completed. The Saudis now own FIFA. Yay. And The Sims. And Mass Effect. Fuck. So yes. Investors, which include Affinity Partners, which is led by Jared Kushner, President Donald Trump's son-in-law. Fuck me, bro. And are taking EA private, meaning all its public shares will be purchased and they will no longer be traded on the stock exchange. It is thought to be the largest leveraged buyout in history, meaning a significant part of it is paid with borrowed money, which the company will have to pay back.
You know what that means?
Oh boy! Oh no! My Mass Effect reboot is dead. Oh well, actually, it may have
better start chopping them jobs like they're onions.
Oh god! Hey, we'll have this bowl of cut jobs here. So, yes. So this is because $36 billion of it has already been put into the deal. The Public Investment Fund needs to borrow $20 billion more from investment bankers at JP Morgan to close it, with the business taking on the debt. Wow, what a good deal for the bank. How paying back this debt will affect EA as a business has been the source of much speculation. Jason Schreier surmised it could lead to mass layoffs, more aggressive monetization, and other big cost-cutting measures as one of the industry's biggest companies. Oh boy, I love when we can predict the disaster and still let it happen. I love it. Christopher Dring, editor-in-chief and co-founder of the game business, said the nature of the buyout will also likely to mean a very hands-on approach from the investment group. Jesus. Private equity firms are typically aggressive in their management of companies. Really? You could have fooled me. Shams Jarrani, chief executive of Airhead Game Studios, which made the record-breaking Helldivers 2, told the BBC that EA has traditionally been seen as having a wide portfolio of games, from blockbusters to smaller indie titles. So the deal, he said, quote, "The deal is consolidation, no question, and I wonder whether new ownership optimizes for the safe bet, more sequels, more mega franchises over the breadth of time. I'm hopeful this leads to more of that range, not less, but if it turns EA into a sequel and mega franchise machine, that's a real waste of one of the best catalogs in the industry." Yes. Here's the news flash for you. It's already been a waste of one of the best catalogs in the industry. They've been wasting it.
They've done nothing but waste it for decades.
They've done nothing but waste it. So honestly, in a Schadenfreude, like depressing kind of way, you can really only go up, or just more of the same, right? Anyway, so of course, people are concerned, particularly for games like The Sims, in terms of LGBT relationships and inclusivity, DEI, because the Saudis, for the most part, they follow Sharia law, which, not very LGBTQ plus friendly
At all.
at all. In fact, actually, it's consensual sexual conduct is punishable by death or flogging, or in some cases being thrown off a roof. Really, it just depends on where you go. In protest at the deal to sell EA to the PIF, the advocacy group Players Alliance HQ asked the gamers to petition their local politicians to speak out against it. Quote, "Video games are a reflection of culture and people through their storylines, characters, and representation. With the PIF being the majority owner on a potential buyout, there's a large concern that creative decisions could be influenced by these outside factors, leading to themes such as free speech, gender, LGBTQI+, and other aspects of Western politics being reduced or fully censored across major franchises." Holy crap. PIF is a $514 billion pot of money used by the government of Saudi Arabia to invest in many different kinds of ventures, such as Football Club Newcastle United, which I think is a British soccer team, no? So the deal ranks as the second biggest, which of course the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard for $69 billion. Nice. Being the most, the biggest. It's the biggest. At the initial deal announcement, the chief executive, Andrew Wilson, who will retain his position, says the firm plans to create transformative experience to inspire generations to come. Awesome. I love the vague corpo talk. Good job. I'm more energized than ever about the future we're building. Now, the question you might ask yourself: why is Saudi Arabia? Why are the Saudis particularly interested to buy EA? Well, they said it was still an appealing financial opportunity to the PIF despite the enormous price tag. He pointed to the longevity of the 35-year-old business and its seemingly evergreen live service games, which are continuously updated after release.
They bought it for FIFA.
Yeah.
That's what they bought it for. I'm sorry, Football Club now. It's not called Football Club.
Yeah,
that's what they bought it for.
It's not football. Yeah, of course, because they probably lost the FIFA license, so now
they did lose it. That's why it's called Football Club.
Yeah, that's why it's now called Football Club. They lost FIFA. So now they bought it for the Football Club. So despite the company facing many of the similar setbacks felt across the industry over the past few years, such as layoffs and game cancellations, it has strong financial performance more recently. Last year, it generated a revenue of $7.5 billion, and in October, Battlefield 6 broke franchise records with 7 million copies sold in the first 3 days, even though it led to more layoffs for the teams involved in the making of the game. Which means, yeah, of course. So, of course, you're financially strong. Your game made money, and then you laid off the team that made it, so you got to save even more money. Good job, everybody. But Osborne said EA's value to the PIF was not purely economical, and instead, it is about owning a soft power asset that is quietly entrenched in the sporting community. Yep, like you said. FC, Football Club.
Yeah.
Hey, that says FIFA there.
And then,
in
of
that
course,
picture.
esports. The Saudis been trying to get into. The Saudis been pretty much been buying up like all the esports shit for like a while now. So
Yeah, they have been.
So
Well, because
they want that double dip.
yeah, they want the double dip. But honestly, like I can see a future in esports. I mean, the Overwatch scene was pretty. It's still pretty strong, right?
Well, I mean, Overwatch League was complete ass because like they just burned money because they want to run like the NFL.
No, I know. But now,
but now the OWC, the OWC, I forgot what it stands for, but
Overwatch World Cup.
No, it's not Overwatch World Cup. It's not Overwatch World Cup. It's Overwatch
Champions.
World Champions. I think it's what's called.
World Champions is it? Sorry, I don't know why I thought World Cup.
Yeah, because you would think that WC.
Yeah,
you think FIFA WC World Cup or World World Champions. Yeah, that's been going pretty well. But I know like their entire business model is completely different from the shit show that was Overwatch League. That was just
we covered
absolutely horrible. I mean, there's also the fact that Overwatch went over to YouTube gaming, and that was just absolutely disastrous because no one fucking watches shit on YouTube. At least not for that kind of stuff.
No, they don't.
All right, what about our boy Andrew Wilson?
Our boy Andrew Wilson. Well, this guy, congrats to him. He's having a great year because he's been awarded $38.6 million after a year of franchise success, which includes studio layoffs and Gen AI adoption. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yep. Look at those soulless eyes. They've been so happy.
Look at those eyes.
Those soulless eyes.
I will take all of your money. So, as noted in a 10K report filed by EA, that's a significant increase in the $30.5 million he netted during the 2025 year, and a notable upswing from the $25.6 million he received in 2024. So, hey, his line is going up, Jesse.
Whoopee.
Whoopee. Good job. His current base salary is $1.3 million. However, the long-serving chief exec was handed over $28 million in stock awards and another $6.5 million in bonus compensation to bolster that number. The 10K filing states that EA successfully achieved or surpassed a number of key strategic and operating objectives tied to the performance of major franchises like Battlefield and EA Sports FC, and the implementation of new technologies such as generative AI. Battlefield has been achieving all the milestones for high quality launch with positive critical reviews and stable services and gameplay, with interim milestones related to the future launches being met. EA Sports FC achieved meeting specified retention goal, meeting audience growth targets for FC Mobile in specified geography, and meeting key product execution milestones. Skate achieved delivering early access across multiple platforms and surpassing player goal. Actually, I didn't know Skate did that well. I'm surprised. Good job. So, despite the successes, EA chose to make layoffs across Stake. Wait. Oh, Stake developer. Wait, so Skate?
Skate. I think they misspelled it. I think they know that.
Oh my God, bro. Okay.
Skate developer.
Okay, so EA. Okay, because I thought EA like made a game about Stake, the gambling. Anyway,
Skate.
EA chose to make layoffs to the Skate developer Full Circle and its Battlefield division earlier this year. Under the leadership of this guy, EA has also successfully integrated generative AI technology into its workflows. The filing states that the publisher achieved its goals for transformation by entering into key strategic AI partnerships, launching a generative AI investment framework, and driving efficiency by establishing AI adoption targets and driving meaningful usage in priority areas. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Oh, wow.
I don't like that shit at all. But anyway, but now with EA essentially being taken private, well, a lot of his stock options have essentially been bought out. So I think he's going to be netting some extra cash.
Yeah, he's going to be a much richer man than he already was. Because you already saw this man was collecting tens of millions of dollars in stock options alone. That's not even including his 7-digit salary that he was already making. Yeah,
bro. It's
oh boy. I sure love capitalism, and I sure love the Saudis investing in American companies.
This is literally corporatism, bro. And I can't believe they would let this happen like that.
Who?
I mean, technically speaking,
this administration? Trump? No. You think Trump's gonna object to his son-in-law making some money?
No, I would not.
A lot of fucking money?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
And I know the Saudis, like, the Saudis are looking to invest in, diversify their portfolio because, they know that, like, they only have so much oil left. So they got to, like, start using that money for other things. They've already bought, they bought SNK, they bought Evo.
Yeah, no, they bought a whole bunch of shit.
And now they're buying EA. So they're investing in all sorts of shit.
Yeah. Well,
also, honestly, Saudi Prince is like a huge gamer too. He like owns like every video game possible on Steam.
Of course he does, bro. You know what? He's a bro for that. I like that.
Yeah, when he's not torturing and murdering journalists and gay people.
Yeah. Believe it or not, though, I think the Saudis are, well, honestly, I'm not too sure. Like, in the grand scheme of things, I think it's worse in other parts of the Islamic world when it comes to Sharia law.
Yeah, well. But let's not get into that. I'd rather not get into that.
You know what? Whatever. Yeah. Sharia law is bad, though. Like, minorities and women, for that matter, like, they're treated as second-class citizens in Sharia law. And that's not cool, guys. Yeah. That's not cool.
But back on this.
Yeah, so
it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting. Honestly, it's probably going to be more of the same shit.
Probably.
Honestly, it might be worse in terms of, like, crunch. So, they're going to put the fucking screws to these people to make games, to make Battlefield, Mass Effect. Well, I mean, BioWare's, I don't know, bro.
BioWare's fucked. I do not think they live to make Mass Effect 4. I'm just gonna say that right now, bro. I do not think they live long enough to make Mass Effect 4.
Yeah, I think so.
Because EA has always had like a hate boner for BioWare, anyways. The only reason why they let Mass Effect get as far as it is because it's got shooty shoots, and so your stupid ass dude bro suits. You're like, oh, it has guns and shooty shoot like Call of Duty. People like that. But all that Dragon Age, that's nerd shit. No, only nerds and caves play that stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and after Dragon Age, the Veilguard? No.
The Veilguard. Don't you forget it. The Veilguard, not just Veilguard, the Veilguard.
Ass, bro. Pure ass.
And then before that, Anthem, which, crashed and burned.
No, bro. Stop.
And then before that, Inquisition, which kind of aged like milk, I think, at this point. I think a lot of people have really turned on Inquisition. At the time, it was like a really cool game, at least for me. But
same. At the time, it was a cool game. And then just like all things in life, when you get older, you revisit some things and you're like, ew, what is this? Some games age like wine, some age like milk. Some games start off awful, but then you grow to like them over time, and then some the complete opposite. And Dragon Age Inquisition is definitely like the latter in that sense. So yeah, I think you're right. BioWare is fucked. I think that reveal trailer with Liara is the last I'll see of her. And I'm going to cherish that memory for the rest of my life.
You can always buy one of those like $400 Liara statues or something they always sell.
No. I might get a wall sticker though. Like, the fatheads that they had the athletes, except of Liara instead.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a body pillow. I would never sink that low.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. I would never. Temptation is strong, but I must stay strong.
Oh, maybe I might get you a little certain something for your birthday next year.
No, you will not. I will return it. You better include the receipt.
After you do a trial. Do a quick trial run with it.
A trial. Oh my god.
Yeah, I had to make sure this product's effective before I return it.
Oh,
you guys gotta be like, oh, what's wrong with this product? Oh, it's defective. Bro, why is it sticky? Like, you sure? Oh, yeah, see, I told you it's defective. It has this weird sticky shit on it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what this is either. It came with the product. I don't know. Like, you guys are trying to play a trick on me. I won't fall for your sin.
Oh, man. All right, dude. So how about we sign this off?
Sounds good, my friend. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Two Bar Connection. We really appreciate you guys giving us a watch. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a like down below, and also comment on any news stories you want us to cover, or if there's any games you want us to play. Best way to watch us is here on YouTube. But you could also find audio versions of the podcast on Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, and Spotify. You can find us on Twitter. No, we will not call it X. And you could find us at our Twitter handle at 2Bar Podcast. So, give us a follow and tag them in some memes, tag us in some posts, and we can have a good time.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Peace.
Bye, everybody.